Well, welcome back to the big finale here at Syndicate Motorsport. It's the LMP2 League Round 8 big finish here at Yas Marina. And we've got a fairly good turnout for our LMP2 League attendance today. We've had pretty light attendance in some of the rounds, so at least it's nice to see 11 drivers, about half of our signed up attendees actually making it to the round. But hopefully we have a pretty exciting race on our hands tonight. Of course, it's a 1 hour race as per the usual format. And we're going to have second. Sorry about that. Okay, so yes, as I was saying, it's a 1 hour format as per our usual format for this league. No reverse grid or second race, and this is going to be the normal accelerated tyre wear and fuel consumption. So pit window is going to be opening from 15 minutes into the race to 15 minutes from the end. That gives the drivers half an hour in the middle of the race to decide where they wish to do their pit stop. It's not it's mandated by the fact that they're going to have to do it from a fuel point of view. I don't think they'll get through the entire hour as they have any of the prior rounds without some kind of pit stop, but it is up to the drivers if they do a tyre and fuel stop or just fuel. As you can see, qualifying has just come to an end, and at the moment it's Erik Axelsen in the top position with a 1:38.964. Followed by Viles in P2, which is a good showing for Viles, 1:39.426. And we've got Andrew with a 1:39.467. Now the top three. Neo in fourth place, 1:39.685 for Neo. Neo having been quite a strong qualifier in this league, but unfortunately has not necessarily carried that performance through to the end of the race. So hopefully Neo can nail it today with a strong finish. In terms of the championship overall, it's been a bit of a close run thing. At the moment, Forrest McCormack leads the championship going into the final round with 183 points, and Andrew in second place is on 179 points, so only 4 points between those two. Erik Axelsen, 144 points in third place currently, so less of a chance there for Erik to get the win for this league, but Akashik in fourth place is only 2 points behind Erik, so an opportunity there for Akashik to make it onto the podium depending on the strength of Erik's finish today. Although Erik starting this race in P1 and Akashik in P7 is suggestive of Erik having dialed in his setup and car for this round, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I think Erik had never really driven Yas Marina prior to this round. It's not necessarily a track that many people in our league have raced a lot before, if at all. So it could be interesting to see how this plays out today. It's also going to be starting in the evening, running through into the night, so it should be a full dark nighttime race. Hopefully we'll see all the drivers in their headlights. Hey Red, good to see you. So 1 minute and 57 seconds till we get underway here. Make sure I'm in the pits, which I am. And here we go. But Yas Marina, of course, I think this is one of Herman Tilke's tracks, and therefore is not the most beloved of tracks amongst drivers or spectators. I think they've made some changes to the track, make it a little bit more interesting. I think it was a bit of a snooze fest when it first hit the F1 circuit, but hopefully that isn't the case today. Silverstone last week, of course, was a little bit of a snooze fest. I think it was the least interesting race we've ever had here at Syndicate Motorsport, unfortunately. And whilst we had a fairly good turnout, no one actually had any battles in the entire race. I'm really hoping, for your sake and mine, that that isn't the case today here at our big finale at Yas Marina. Of course, our last league for the Wednesday League has just finished, this Wednesday just gone, and the Friday League has also just finished yesterday, so all of our leagues are coming to an end with this race, and then we'll be gearing up for our big endurance race, the 4 Hours of Mexico, which is going to be on Saturday the 14th of March, and really looking forward to that. Red and Viles have done a cracking job of organising that, and Akshik's been doing a good job of supporting from the technical side of things with the livery bot and so on. So yeah, should be a really interesting event. We've got over 40 teams attending that race, and it's going to be our first kind of major endurance race of that calibre with driver swaps included, so going to be really interesting. Anyway, let's get ready to enjoy our racing here at the finale of the LMP2 League. So lights are up, engines are revving. And Eric's off to a strong start there, followed by his teammate Levi Viles. And looks like Andrew in third place now, tucking in behind the two leaders here as they start their opening lap here at Yas Marina. Viles definitely feeling the pressure from Andrew. In the background you can see Neo and Forrest McCormack. Forrest obviously looking for a strong finish today here to fight for the championship win, but he's going to have his work cut out for him with Neo here in P5 trailing in behind. See the slipstream for Neo here kicking in. That puts Forrest McCormack in close proximity to Neo. Hopefully that's kept nice and clean. Hate to see Forrest McCormack getting taken out of the race. Yeah, it looks like Andrew potentially doesn't have headlights on for some reason. So here we go, Forrest McCormack, making contact with Viles there. Viles just losing a position there to Forrest McCormack, drops down to P4. On board here with Viles. See Forrest trying to break away early for a quick march to the front. But Viles hanging on here. A little bit of an over-rotation there for Forrest McCormack as he went through on the curb there. Manages to control the car. And then through the final corner to finish the first lap. And you can see Andrew, the leaderboard is getting really confused with this. Let me get that a second. I think Eric is definitely in P1, but for some reason the leaderboard now thinks he's in P11. And now it's correcting itself. That's going to be fun if that carries on. So Eric making a breakaway here to extend an early lead, which is what we saw at Silverstone. Andrew, on the other hand, is hanging in P2 with Forrest McCormack close behind. Doesn't seem to have the headlights on for Andrew, but we're going to go jump onto the onboard view for Andrew. See Eric already cleared by a few seconds. I wonder if there's an option to force headlights on from the server controls. I'm going to try that in the middle of a race, but Andrew's dropped down to P5 while I was checking that, and that's not good news for Andrew, given he's fighting for the win here with the championship. Or a shunt there to Viles, and Andrew is a little bit scuffed at this point. Look at that, he's almost made contact there with 9. 9 losing out position. Viles again dropping down to P6, seems to be struggling a little bit here for Viles. Andrew now side by side with his teammate Binding. They've got the leaderboard, it's all over the place. Well, that's due to the track or to just CMRT having a bit of an issue here. I'm going to go ahead and switch to this HUD here. So Eric leading the race, of course. Andrew P4 now. Viles P6 following in behind Binding. course, McCormack's in P2, so I think that would be a good, strong finish, but he has to be four points clear of Andrew to win the championship, I think. Well, actually, I stand corrected. Forrest is already 4 points ahead of Andrew, so he basically just has to make sure that he finishes ahead of Andrew in this race, and he should be solid. Binding close behind his teammate here. You see from Binding's front bonnet here that he is 0.3 of a second behind Andrew, and meanwhile Viles is 0.5 of a second behind. So at least we're seeing a little bit more action here at Yas Marina than we did at Silverstone already. Let's just hope that carries on to the remainder of the race. Even this leaderboard's getting... No, it's definitely the track then, so it's not a CMRT issue, it's the track. Let's go back to CMRT then. Something about Yas Marina makes the leaderboard not have a clue who's winning the race, which is going to be really exciting for me, trying to keep track of everything. But one thing is absolutely crystal clear, which is that Eric is absolutely flying in this race, as we saw in previous rounds. Eric had a bit of a tricky point in the mid part of the championship where he wasn't quite clicking with the car and the tracks, and he was struggling a little bit, which is a stark comparison to the BTCC league that we'd run just prior to this. But Eric is back on form now, dominated at Silverstone last weekend, and is doing the same thing here again at Yas Marina. Forrest McCormack has positioned himself well in P2, but the pit stop strategy will be crucial, and you can see actually Forrest locking up a little bit there as he went into that corner. That might not be good for his tyre wear. Neo running in P3 currently, and it's a good showing for Neo. As I mentioned, Neo has struggled with race duration consistency, but going a bit further back, we've got Binding and Viles quite close together. Eric with the fastest lap there, 1:40.409. Let's go on board with Viles and see how things look from his cockpit view. Andrew actually slowing Viles down a little bit there as Viles looks to sneak on through. So Neo leading this group here with Andrew, Binding and Viles in hot pursuit. But the battle between Viles and Binding is heating up here in P6. Viles will be looking for a way past. Again, there's a bit of a tricky track for overtaking in certain parts. It's going to be a question of finding the right moment, I think. The leaderboard gets so confused as to who is in which position when they're crossing the finish line there. At the moment, Binding is managing to keep Viles at bay, and Eric is still leading the race as far as I'm being told by the leaderboard. Wiles looking for a move down the inside here. Takes his chance. But ends up in close proximity to Binding here, and will he manage to sneak on through? Seems to be making the move. And it seems to have paid off. Wiles is now just a gnat's whisker ahead of Binding, although Binding is still trying to go side by side. But it seems to be in the bag for Wiles now. And Binding drops the position down to P6, now followed closely by 9. So that livery in the red looks rather nice. Bit of a bump to the wall there for 9. So last lap for Eric, 1:49.03, so definitely dominating the race here from a sheer pace point of view. A little bit lonely out in front for Eric. It's a shame Eric couldn't make some of the rounds in between the mid-course part of the league, because I think they've cost themselves the win here, but you can see with the pace they're bringing today, it's going to be one of those things where if they had made it to every round, it's probably quite likely they would have won. Meanwhile, Forrest sitting pretty in P2 and on track for the championship win. Neo in P3 still, with Andrew just behind. Neo on a 1:49.03 as well, so actually joins Eric in the 140 club. Of course, a factor that does come into this is the automated ballast which is applied, so Andrew will of course be carrying a higher level of weight added to the car than Neo will be. Ooh, and Neo slightly rotating there. It doesn't spin. So Andrew still closing in behind Neo. We're caught out in the last corner there. I think that's an opportunity for Andrew to the leaderboard is really doing my head in. Neo's getting a little bit of fatigue creeping in, a few little mistakes here and there. Andrew will be seeing this and thinking there's an opportunity headed his way, but it just depends where on the track this happens, because as I mentioned before, Yas Marina doesn't necessarily have an overtaking zone everywhere that you can take an opportunity from. Andrew making his own mistakes, which are definitely going to make things a little bit easier here for Neo. So Eric clear by a country mile at this point, and we're only 15 minutes into the race. I mean, the pit window is going to be opening soon, and normally we don't see Eric come in until about halfway through the race. Wiles tends to push it a little bit further, which is going to be interesting. Forest, let's be just by after the halfway point. Yeah, Red, this tower is really going to make things really tricky to follow. I don't know if it's the same case on the server live timing page. Let me have a quick look at that, because that might give us an alternative source of truth here. I think it wouldn't be that hard to make something which could tell who's winning the race. Yeah, exactly. So Eric, 1:43.84 there, which is the new fastest lap of the race. And the tower seems to be... Oh, interesting. So the live timing page on the server is as confused as to who's winning this race as the in-game tower. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to have to pay close attention to who finishes where in this race, because if the server doesn't know, that could put the championship at jeopardy if suddenly it puts Erdy in first place. Very interesting. Yeah, right, I think it's actually to do with the track itself, because all of the towers in-game and the server live timing page are doing the same thing, so there's something fundamentally wrong with the track. So the action definitely seems to be down here in P3 onwards, where Neo, Andrew, Viles and Binding are a little bit of a foursome, working their way up the middle of the grid. At the moment, Neo seems to be holding his own here in P3. Miles looking for his opportunity. Quite a technical circuit actually in parts, with late apexes and points where you really want to put your foot down, but it's probably not the right time. Miles definitely finding some opportunities here against Andrew though. But look at this part, it's just coming onto the final corner. It's easy to get the car unsettled. You saw that with Viles correcting with a bit of drastic steering input there. At the moment, Binding, who the server seems to think is in third place, but is actually in, I'm entirely sure right now, I think it's a sixth. I think I'm going to say sixth, because you've got Eric, Forrest, Neo, Miles, Andrew, and then Binding. Should be, yep, P6, there we go. But look, Neo has dropped, actually no, that's Erdy, I think. That's Erdy getting lapped. But Binding almost making contact with the rear end of Viles there, having to take a evasive action. Thankfully he turns out the way before making contact, but has lost a bit of time as a result of that. Meanwhile, Viles here is hot on the heels of Andrew. Yeah, it's interesting, Red, isn't it? I'm not entirely sure what the track is doing, which is confusing Tower, but I'll just have to make sure I make a note of who's won which position, and then we can make sure that it does get the results correct at the end. Ah, so do we have our first person coming to the pits? It's Andrew. Andrew's early into the pits. He's the first person to pit in this race so far. And he's come in at the 39-minute mark, which is interesting. So I wonder if he's got any damage, which it might be the reason. I assume Andrew's drop down to P5 earlier was due to contact potentially, and that might be why he's decided to pit earlier, but of course he'll now run the remainder of the race heavier for longer, and that will put him at a bit of a disadvantage. We'll have to see how much of a disadvantage that turns out to be. Coming out again, so it seems to be just a fuel stop. Seems to be a bit quick for fuel as well. Nice little tunnel entrance or exit here to get back on the track. Andrew's back in the race. Meanwhile, Forrest McCormack in P2. Seems to have lapped a couple of drivers already as they head round. Yeah, I suspect the early pit stop's red is due to damage. On board with Forrest McCormack here, our championship leader, currently running P2 in this race, which puts him in a strong position to win this championship overall. Getting a sense of the circuit from his point of view. And Forrest has come in early as well, so a little bit earlier than the halfway point of the race, which is surprising. Hey Car, good to see you. I am very good, thank you. How are you doing? So yeah, Forrest McCormack pitting early, second person to pit in the race so far. A little bit earlier than we normally see Forrest pit, so if that's a particular tactic for the race here today, but dropping down the standings a little bit. Car, if you see the tower go completely bonkers at some point, it's because the circuit itself has some kind of issue. So we're having a bit of fun and games with the server tower management. But Forrest is back out on track. Ooh, you have news for this month, Car. Well, don't jinx it then. Let me know once it comes your way, or whatever it is that you're waiting for. So Forrest exits, presumably in P7 if the tower is correct. P6 potentially now. One thing is for certain, it's Eric Axelsen leading this race, with Neo now currently driving in P2. Well, good luck, Car, whatever it is that you're waiting for. And there you go, the tower going completely bonkers. 9 has come in. So the pits are definitely around the halfway point of this race. Akashik in P8 in this race so far, so really not his race today. He seems to be struggling a little bit with the curbs there by the looks of it. Let's go for an on board with Akashik and see where things are potentially going a little bit awry. Yeah, Akshik's definitely struggling today. Maybe Akshik's had a little bit too much. Well, actually, I was going to say maybe he's had too much wine, but he doesn't drink, so he has no excuse. Meanwhile, Neo and Viles are only 0.4 of a second apart, although I say that as Neo comes into the pits. That leaves Viles out on the track, and fastest lap now for Viles, 1:40.378, so Viles is definitely cooking now. And as the fuel burns off, he's going to be getting a little bit quicker. We've seen this happen before, where Viles will push the pit window as far as he can. And he did this at Silverstone, teasing all the way, making me guess as to when he would be coming into the pits. Oh, interesting. Why did Akshik have to delete his AC documents folder? I would, but it doesn't seem like he's going to get an interview at this rate. So Eric is still out in the front, he hasn't pitted yet. Andrew and Forrest have both pitted, so is 9. Actually, where? Yeah, 9's still in the race. Let's see when Eric decides to come in. Ah, I see. Oh, of course, he was having that weird issue with it would crash at a certain time every day. Very curious. Meanwhile, Forrest and Andrew battling in the midfield now. Forrest just ahead. Andrew still doesn't seem to have his headlights on. It is unfortunate. Although I think it's one of the previous rounds, Forrest McCormack's headlights didn't look like they were on, but he claimed they 100% were. Andrew definitely gaining some ground here on Forrest McCormack, who is being a little bit potentially held up by Neo at this stage, and Neo, Forrest and Andrew in a bit of a trio here. And Forrest sneaks on through against Neo. Andrew looking to do the same, but hasn't yet found his opportunity. Board with Andrew here, you can see Neo just up ahead, taking quite a different line actually there. Andrew tucking in a little bit tighter, Neo going a little bit further to the outside limit of the track there. Andrew seemingly trying just to find his moment here, but whilst Forrest has managed to sneak on through, Neo has held Andrew back a little bit here in the part of the track where it's harder to overtake. So Forrest was well placed there to grab the overtake when he did. Andrew going quite wide on the final corner here. Is an interesting line to take. Neo catching a little bit too much curb there, that's going to cost him. Although Andrew doesn't have a particularly long straight here to overtake. The camera stays up for about a minute, car, so you're going to have to just wait a second for it to kick in for the rear view camera. Here we are with Neo. There you go, it's kicked in. So Akshik's had a collision there at the tower's been all over the place. Ooh, Akshik is in bad shape. It looks like he's disconnected from the server. Ah, so bad times for Akshik it seems. Unfortunately, Carl, I think the way that this camera plug-in works is that it shows whichever car you're focused on, and then it creates the camera for the other car. I don't know if it can show another car other than the one that I'm looking at. I remember in the PC2 days I used to set up a separate car on a separate PC to allow it to do external camera of me racing whilst I was doing first person. So Neo, still splitting Forrest McCormack and Andrew at this stage. Eric is back to P3, but Viles, I believe, has yet to pit, and Binding seems to be out as well. Oh, Akashik is in it. I want to have a quick chat. Let's go ahead and do that. Ah, Herr Akashik.
Hello.
How is it going?
Honestly, not good. This was one of the most miserable experiences I've ever had in entirely of racing.
Yeah, what happened exactly? I understand you've deleted your settings folder in Content Manager. Is that what's happened today, or?
It basically started last week on Friday, where the game crashed on the Friday week in Donington on the last lap. I thought it was just a one-off. Then it started to repeatedly crash yesterday. I thought, no, maybe just fix itself now. Turns out no. I crashed in practice, the game crashed multiple times, so I went up online to delete your documents folder. And not only did I lose every single Corsa and Content Manager setting with that, it also did not solve the issue.
Hang on 1 second, that Red's just saying you're quite quiet. Let me just turn the AC down and turn you up a little bit. You were saying then that you had to delete your entire settings folder and that delete all of your AC settings and Content Manager settings.
Yes, I had to rebind everything from flashing to pedals to everything. It didn't end up solving the issue, the game crashed, and it felt completely different to usual, completely undrivable. I had a horrible time, which was in no doubt made worse by this interesting circuit.
You mean you're not a big fan of Herman Tilke?
It was just... I couldn't even open the window. It's a complete sweat fest in here, because farmers outside are starting to tend to the fields, so it smells like certain smells.
Smells like agriculture.
It smells like agriculture, yes. So all in all, I'm feeling miserable both on the circuit and off the circuit, and I can't wait to go to bed.
Ah, okay. Well, sorry to hear hasn't been your race today, especially with it being the finale. You think you'll get to the bottom of the crashing issue? Or any clues as what that might be?
I have absolutely no idea. Content Manager says it wrote the crash report to some file, and when I open it, it's complete gibberish. Like it's supposed to be an execution file or something. Like it's not readable in the text.
Oh, it's just machine code.
Not even machine code. It's just random Unicode symbols.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's So I don't know if my drive is dying. It's just completely unexplainable. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, hopefully it's not your drive dying, because storage is not cheap these days. But hopefully get to the bottom of that. Actually, it's never fun when these things happen. You've had a bit of a bad run of luck with these things. Your internet burst, and then disconnecting from bases at a specific time, and now your hard drive potentially dying.
I'm gonna lose so much elo today through no fault of my own, and it just sucks. Especially because I'm leaving my teammate on defending on his own. I hope that we're still able to win the team championship. Yeah, just horrible.
Well, I would hope that the bad luck ends with the end of this league and doesn't continue on to your following races. But hopefully you get that sorted out. Actually, it's sounds like a pretty unexciting, miserable situation. So hope you get that resolved.
Yeah,
and you'll get the elo back. Don't worry.
I'm sorry. Now my internet is cutting out. Or Discord is having an issue, and you sound like a robot.
Fantastic.
It just keeps on going today.
Well, maybe just go and get yourself a whatever your favourite treat is, a Metbrötchen, and try to enjoy yourself as much as you can.
I will try. Looking at the championship right now, can you do any estimation on who's winning in both the driver and team championship?
Well, Forest is... Well, actually, it's very hard to tell who's winning the race right now, because the tower... Yas Marina seems to have an issue with the tower, so it's kind of flicking...
Yeah, I noticed that too.
All over back and forth.
Keeps on telling me into turn 1 that I'm doing an absolutely great job, and then she couldn't like that, and then said P8.
Yeah, it's confusing. So, at the moment, Andrew is behind Forrest McCormack, and that means that Forrest is likely to win the championship as long as it stays that way. I think as long as Forrest finishes ahead of Andrew, he's got this in the bag. So, from a championship point of view, I think it's a bit clear cut. For the team championship, that's probably going to be a little bit different. Let me have a quick look at where we are with that right now. So,
let me help you out with that.
Wild Hogs Racing is
in the team standings.
Yeah, Wild Hogs Racing is pretty far ahead of you guys, so I think they're in a pretty strong position.
That's not quite right. You need to combine the points of P3 and P8 and Rough Motorsport.
Oh, okay, yes. Well,
yes.
In that case, you're ahead. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you are ahead then, aren't you? So, both in...
We are, but will it be enough? That's the issue. I think it depends on where binding is finishing. We have right now combined 330 points, so we have 51 points ahead, 41 points.
That seems like a pretty strong lead, but yeah, it's a question of where binding finishes relative to Andrew then. I mean, right now it's telling me that Andrew's in 6th place, which I have no idea if that's accurate or not.
I do want to say a big thanks to Pixel. He's been nothing but an absolute amazing teammate, and I hold that in the highest regard. He kept on helping me with setups in every race, and was always able to answer questions or give feedback on my racing. He's just an absolute great guy, and I can't wait to go with him to Bob's Burgers again and Room 107.
Go back to where, sorry?
And take him to Room 107 again as a thank you.
Oh, okay. I see. We need to write the second chapter of the Syndicate fanfiction, of which this will be a key component, I'm sure.
I literally cannot wait.
Been a few years since we wrote the original one. We're still waiting for Svi to complete his chapter. We might be waiting a while for that, though.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to reach him right now. If I ping in Syndicate, nothing pops up. I wonder why.
Yes. Well, let's see how things go. I can see Carl Lover said Metbrötchen Classic in chat there. Did Kaiser ever post a photo of him in the maid outfit? I don't believe that's happened yet, Carl Lover.
What do you think?
Yeah. I think it's more likely that happened in Room 107. But also thank you to the Crimson Roll for your subscription, much appreciated. Sorry, actually, I cut you off there. What were you saying?
No, I'm just looking at the timetable. That was 60 minutes to go. It seems like there's still a lot to give. And I think Neo and Andrew are having quite a good battle right now, or it's just a broken timetable.
It's impossible to tell. Looks like Neo's being chased by, or Forrester's being chased by Neo, more accurately.
If I'm looking at the live timings on the leaderboard, because if I can see that Neo is, yeah, right behind Pixel right now.
Interestingly, the server is getting as confused as the in-game tower is, so there's definitely something wrong with the track. And I was saying earlier, I'll need to make sure that I keep a note if you finish where, because it's probably going to get that wrong. Although Eric has just done the fastest lap of the race, 1:39.479 again. So Eric is absolutely cooking.
What does help is you go to our live timing website, you see a map of where everyone is. That probably helps you knowing if the distances are correct.
Yeah, although, yeah, it's if you watch, the live timing there is going to get all messed up as well.
Oh, but it shows the mini-map, so you know where everyone is.
Well, yeah, that's true. I have that in game as well.
Also, does it say 9 is not on the server anymore?
Does it say what, sorry? Alright, yeah, 9's dropped off.
Is not... Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, they were doing really well, actually.
Nice battle with him. Yeah, after his pit stop, he dropped off a little bit. He had a slower one. And after that, his... well, my game crashed, I don't know what happened. But, yeah, that's quite unfortunate.
So is your game running on the... Do you have a separate PC for your Simrig?
I do, yes. Nothing special on the hardware. I think I think a 5600X. But I do suspect it's a drive that's dying, so I may look into a cheap, okay, well, a comparatively cheap 500 gig SSD and just force it in there. Not even bother with an SSD, with an NVMe, unless it's significantly or like similar in price.
Yeah.
Just to keep it simple and then see what's going on. Probably gonna do a health check on the drive. And yeah, to see what happens. Because I did see that the error is something about not being able to write a file. And something like that. It was file name not found. fmod DSP connection set user data.
Oh, interesting. So fmod sound, isn't it?
Fmod is more for, it's partly sound, but it's also physics. For example, the crew use the fmod engine. If you want, I can send you the very cryptic content manager error code on Discord.
Yeah, good
just
for
to give you an example of actually what's going on. And as you see, it's probably as helpful as to you as it is.
That disk busy. Yeah, it could be your drive dying, yeah.
That was my idea as well, that I do wonder if it's just trying to write some logs and it just fails, but it shouldn't crash the game.
No, interesting. Bit of a nice battle here between Binding and Neo, although Neo managing to hold Binding at bay still. 12 more minutes to go. Let's see if Binding can manage to sneak his way through here. Eric has just absolutely smashed this race though. Look, he's 20 seconds ahead of Vars at this point and absolutely flying.
Unfortunately, this also means that I will be finishing P4 in the championship, I believe, since Eric was 2 points behind me, in front of me, either. So I think Vals will finish just behind me in the standings. I actually have to check on that.
Yeah, you had a chance to finish on the podium, but fortunately that hasn't gone your way. Eric was, 2 points ahead of you, so...
Which position will Swites gonna finish? What do you think? What do you reckon?
So he's on 121 points right now, and he's P5, I think.
Oh my god.
I think...
So he's probably gonna get me.
Possibly, yeah.
If he's P5, we're gonna be equal outstandings, so I will probably still get some points for finishing P8 or so. Yes, I will. So
Yeah,
I
might be safe.
should just about scrape by even with the DNF. So I don't know how that will include the drop round.
This might become your drop round, so what's your worst other round?
This one. This is the only race I didn't finish.
Okay, so this will become your drop round then, in which case you'll get all the points from your prior drop round added on.
Which would be... moment. 20 points for Zipwin.
Okay, so you are potentially in a good spot.
I wouldn't mind.
The drop round is good from the driver's point of view, but it's hella difficult to work out what it actually means from a championship point of view until the race actually finishes and points get calculated. You have to work out which other rounds get replaced.
Potentially that would make for a good website that just calculates it on the fly. But calculating one for a PC is super easy, but you know, calculating it for a human, a bit difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I shall put that on my agenda.
Well, the automatic ballast system seems to be working quite well actually, so that's applied the ballast correctly for the last few rounds of this championship. Binding once again putting some pressure on Neo here. Dummies again down the start-finish line, but can't quite find his way past. But tell me about the track, Akshik, from what you did drive. Where are the overtaking opportunities on this?
That's very tough to say because I didn't do much overtaking. I did have some small battles with Panzerfaust and Raphael, but their battles was basically just trying to survive, as straight lines are apparently a little bit difficult. But there were some good opportunities going into the chicane, where we said Neo and the surroundings are inward now, and in the next corner as well. So if you get a good exit, you are able to make a move there. Also going into the corner, into the right-hand corner where Valls is heading into now, you can make a move, but only if you do not fear death.
Yeah. Well, talking about fearing death, Forrest McCormack here has got Binding and Neo right on his tail, and I'd probably be quite concerned as a championship leader with 8 minutes left to go in the race and seeing this battle unfolding behind me. Because
the good thing is that it doesn't really matter as long as he finishes in front of Andrew, who's currently P6. So even if he loses these 2 positions, he will still win the championship.
Well, I'm worried about them bunching up and Forrest getting spun. So
well, yes.
that would be a potential issue. But so far, he seems to be holding his own, though not
as long as
getting away as quickly as he was before.
As long as the gap is less than, what was it, 4 points or 6 points?
4.
It should be good. So Forrest has right now all the cards in both team and driver championship.
Yeah.
Don't tell you what, checking the achievements after this race, it's going to take some time.
Do you have to manually do that then?
Currently, yes. At least for like who won a championship and those things.
Okay.
What should be automatically tracked is how many races someone participated in, how many cars they're taking, and how many circuits they've driven on. However, that is currently not being uploaded. Hint, hint. So that has to be all done manually.
Okay. Yeah, Binding really trying hard to get past Neo, but just not quite finding the opportunity. Every time Neo makes a small mistake, so does Binding.
I have to say, Neo improved a lot in this season. He definitely started with having some troubles with the car, but especially today, he's really come alive and shown his true potential.
Yeah, I think Neo's biggest enemy has been consistency and attending the league rounds. But he has seemingly cracked the consistency issue today, at least. Yeah, Binding just doesn't seem to be able to sneak his way around here. 6 minutes left to go. This hour goes quite quickly.
For you, it did. I was counting down the seconds.
Well, maybe your PC heard you and decided to just pull the plug for you. What do you think your elo loss will be?
Oh, do you really have to say that?
Yes.
I will, I will never recover from that. I suspect, considering I finished behind lower driver elos like Rafael Panzerfaust early and consorts, it will probably be at a minimum 20 points.
I'm going to say 16. But we'll see.
I want to say 0 because the game crashed and I didn't have any fault in that, so it should be annulled, but you know. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going there.
Never going to be a perfect system. It's quite an interesting battle between Binding, Neo and Forest down here, but I think the track makes it a little bit hard for them to make the overtakes work, and that's consequently meaning that they haven't actually changed position at all yet, even though the temptation is there. Although Neo just making a small slip up on the final corner there allows Binding to finally get alongside as they head down to T1, and will Binding be able to exercise his ability to overtake? No, he does not. He falls behind Neo once more. Neo takes some liberal lines.
I just checked on the news prices of SSDs buying you, comparing SATA versus NVMe. What do you think is cheaper right now?
What, SSD versus NVMe?
Yes.
NVMe.
They're both exactly the same.
Interesting. They're kind of like doubled in price, haven't they?
Yes, right now the cheapest 500 gigabytes NVMe SSD and SATA SSD are 60 euros.
Oh, but that's probably a brand you don't want to double with.
They used to be 37 euros. It's actually a data. They're quite okay.
Binding has finally made the move. He's now in P4. Neo relegated to P5. Oh, and now Neo's a little bit tail happy.
There was some contact, Neo with the environment apparently.
Apparently the move will last a little bit longer than one might expect, however, because Neo's dropped back a little bit. We have 3 minutes left to go though, and Eric is still leading this race with quite a substantial lead. You know you're fast when you can't even see the other cars in the background of the pan camera until the last second. I see Viles coming in P2 though. Look at that 18-second lead Eric has over Viles. Did for a second ago. 22, 30. Oh my god, it's such a... Eric was struggling in the middle of this league with the cars. He said LMP2 wasn't really his cup of tea, and he doesn't really do a lot of racing in these cars, and I think he's out of nowhere to become an absolute guru with them.
There's no greater danger than Eric after a good night of sleep.
Yeah.
We are looking at 2 more laps.
Yep. Make sure the server gets the final standings correct. Yeah, that's red. That's correct, red. Another 1-2 for AlphaTauri. And I think you're right. No one did every single round this league, which is a shame.
Well, technically I did.
Technically you did. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It counts for me. Looking at the championship, you can actually see who participated in every race by going to entrance, and it does say that myself and Andrew were the only ones who participated in every race.
That's true, of course. Yeah, Andrew's a solid attendee.
Still not enough to win this season.
Yeah, it's interesting actually. Andrew struggled a little bit, I think.
Andrew said himself in this race that every corner feels like it's on the edge of death. There are a lot of bumps that take you out of nowhere. The curbs are incredibly slippery and either give you incredible over or understeer, and it's a contours of what's going on.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that the circuit has a really weird flow with the long corners, and it's just overall a very weird situation this circuit's put you in.
Has Tilke produced any decent circuits?
I'm gonna say Bilsterberg, but I'm probably in a unique position. I've actually been there. I can say for certain that it actually is a good circuit. I would argue that China is actually quite a good circuit.
What, Zhuhai?
No, the F1 circuit. Shanghai, I believe.
Ah, okay. I wonder why they keep using him for circuits when I think he's universally hated by all F1 fans, and probably the drivers.
Well, the fans don't really have an opportunity to change things, and I guess it just, it's never change the running system. Unless you do, like they did in F1 this year, and it absolutely sucks, but,
What have they done in F1 this year?
How they basically changed the entire cars around that put more focus on the battery and electrical engines. And meaning that, but the engines or the electrical batteries are just simply not good enough yet. Meaning that right now, at Australia, the cars go from 305 kilometers per hour to 250.
Oh.
Just like that. And the drivers don't change anything. The batteries are just empty.
Interesting. So Eric has won the race, with Viles coming in just now to secure P2, so strong finish there for Viles.
Congratulations to both of them, that was a superb P1 and P2.
It says Pounds of Viles in P3, but I'm sure Binding's taken P3. Forrest McCormack grabs P4 to win the championship. Neo picks up a solid P5. And Andrew somehow in P8 will probably finish P2 in this championship.
It says Andrew is P6 for me.
Yeah, but he's finished P2 in the overall championship, I would have thought. P6 in the race, but championship finish is probably P2.
And the drivers are doing a little parade to thank the fantastic season, and looking forward to the next one. I put the bump to that, you can blame me.
Well, our next season, as you bring it up now, is Formula 3, which should be an interesting one. Bit of open wheel racing to follow our LMP2s. How are you feeling about the forthcoming championship, Akshik? Is F3 your cup of tea?
It is, it's quite fun. I'm gonna team up with Erdi, and we're gonna bring back the Autobahn Aces, and the cars do suit me a lot. I do like open wheel racing, and I'm looking forward to a very good race, a very good season, as long as my technical side holds up to the part.
Well, hopefully you can get that sorted out. Oh, look at this little parade. That's lovely.
That we're actually still missing a driver. Erdi is right now on the straight and catching up right now.
Yeah, I can see his little headlights in the background. Brought up. There we go.
And also thank you for commentating. It's been an absolute pleasure listening to your commentation. It's been great.
Thank you.
Commentary, that's good.
Always a pleasure to be involved. There, look, Erdi's just come up alongside Neo there, so all the teammates are in formation. Apart from Akshik, who can't be there to join for us.
I'm waving from the sidelines.
Yeah. Right, let's bring Viles in to have a chat with Viles. Mr. Viles, P2, how are you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm just trying to do the outlap, and I'm on my phone because my headset died.
Oh.
So I'm not really too sure. I need to put you on speaker.
I can hear you okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now fine, yeah.
There you go, so tell me about the race, how did that go?
Hard work, sweaty, with 10 minutes to go, as I said. My headset died, which is always helpful. Remember, when you've got a race, you should always charge your things beforehand.
Did you lose audio at some point towards the end then?
Yeah, 10 minutes. I lost audio for half a lap.
Oh wow, okay, I hate driving with no sound, so...
Yeah. So I just, one of the monitors have speakers. I think it's my right monitor has some speakers, so down the back straight, once I hit 6th gear, I actually short shifted into 6th from 5th to change my audio output to the speakers, just so I could get the 10 minutes out of the way, and I was completely fine. I mean, you know, sort of when you've got 10 minutes left of the race, you pretty much know where you're going, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't take any tyres. Everyone was talking in the voice chat about how I got ahead of people. Let me just pull off. The people are driving. Yeah, so I didn't take any tyres, as I've been saying in the last couple of interviews I've had. I didn't think taking tyres was a necessity because as much as sometimes the back end does lose a bit of grip, I feel like you can take it to your advantage with the TC cut. And again, I wasn't really getting much slower. The only thing that was getting me probably was more my stamina. Sort of some of the laps I was taking things a bit too wide, or I just wasn't wanting to take things how I was wanting. I had a few near misses with a few back markers, which are definitely questionable. But yeah, apart from that, I felt like it was a great race. Lots of battling off the start, I must admit. Felt fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next league and any sort of form of events we will have.
Well, there's definitely a lot more action in the midfield this race than there was last weekend at Silverstone, so I was glad to see a bit of action round up the league. But big congratulations, Vars. I think you've demonstrated that you're a dab hand behind the wheel as usual, and you've got a nice strong finish both from a team and a personal point of view. So I think with Akshik's unfortunate issues, it'll be interesting to see whether you...
I think they've already won it.
I wonder if you've pipped him to the post points-wise. Of course, the drop rounds make it a little bit more complicated because this will become Akshik's drop round, so he'll get 20 points back from a previous race. So we'll have to see whether your points are enough to catch up.
You had to add the two teams together as well that they have, because one of them left a space in one of the teams. So, yeah, I think, interview the other guys. I think everyone's expecting an interview, maybe.
Got my work cut out for me then.
8 in the audience. Maybe you should bring up Eric next since you won.
Yep, I will do Vars. But yeah, thank you, Vars. Congratulations, and catch you in a bit.
Catch you, mate. Bye-bye.
Welcome, Eric.
Hello.
So, fantastic race day. I was just commenting during the commentary that in the midway through this league, I think there was a moment where I think you were saying that you weren't quite clicking with the cars. It wasn't really a class that you've driven too much of. But last weekend and this weekend seems to prove that you've found your rhythm. So, tell me about your race today. How did it go?
Yeah, I mean, this was my first time at Yas Marina. So, and I saw that some of the guys had done some practice, quite a few laps this morning. So I was actually, I was putting in some practice myself this morning to learn the track and everything. And yeah, I can't say I like it, but yeah, the race turned out my way anyway.
I think everyone has to race at Yas Marina at least once just to realise why they don't race at Yas Marina. But you've experienced it now for at least once. So, what is it about this track which makes it a challenge? Is it the flow? Is it a technical circuit, or is it just bad all round?
Yeah, I would say it has no flow at all. That's the problem, I think. I mean, it's a very technical, I don't know, a modern track, I guess, and it's just not for me. I don't know. I'm into the classic tracks, like long sweeping corners.
Yep.
I
No,
guess.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
So I think I don't think the points are fully calculated yet. I'll have to get myself off the server for that to happen. But I think actually no. I think you've pipped Akshik to the post on points. Actually, I think it has finally calculated it. So just give me 1 second to. No, it hasn't calculated the final race yet. But I think you missed a couple of rounds, which obviously has put you at a little bit of a disadvantage. But a really strong finish to the championship, nonetheless, Eric. And it's great to have you here racing with us. And it's been impressive watching the level of speed that you've managed to achieve, especially against some of the drivers who are very quick here at Syndicate. But you seem to make it look even easier than they do, at least from my perspective. Are you looking forward to the next league, which is the Formula 3 league? Is that more of your kind of thing compared to LMP2?
Actually, it's the same thing. I'm not like that much into Formula racing, but I'm signed up, and I will do my best. See how it goes. I think I have to learn, have a bit of learning to do, to be honest. But yeah, should be a nice challenge.
Yeah, I guess you're not used to high downforce cars, are you? So have you been lowering the downforce on your LMP2 to make it a little bit more your style?
Yeah, actually, I'm driving it quite low, especially the second half of the championship, where I kind of figured out how to compensate for that in the setup. So yeah, I've been driving my low error setups since, I don't know, I'm at Daytona.
Very good. So what were you running downforce wise today? Was it 0-0, or did you go up a little bit?
Like a bit more safe, but I think it's still quite low on
Yeah, I
the
suppose for a circuit like this, that is probably relatively low, but seems to have worked out for you, Eric, no matter what you did. So congratulations again on the finish today, and really excited to have you racing with us for the next league as well. Really looking forward to see what you can deliver in the Formula 3s, and I'm just desperately hitting refresh to see if I can just confirm where you finished in the overall championship. But it's just taking its sweet time to calculate it. We might have to call it there. Oh, no, I stand corrected. It's just finished. Give me 1 second.
There it is.
And it is P3. So you finished on the podium for the championship with 179 points, and you've pipped Akshik to the podium. Unfortunately, he had some hardware issues, which probably didn't help him. But a strong finish nonetheless, Eric, so congratulations, and thank you very much for your participation. It's been great having you here.
Cool. Thank you very much.
So, Eric, cheers, thank you. So let's go ahead and bring in our second... Well, actually, let's bring in the championship finisher, which is Forrest McCormack. Forrest, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm alright. Interesting race.
Hang on, I'm just going to turn down the AC volume because I can barely hear you.
Yeah, a bit of a messy race, to be honest.
From what point of view? Your point of view, or other drivers, or?
just a couple of incidents. I mean, I haven't really seen them back to be able to comment, you know, what's my fault or not. But I don't know. Frustrating.
Well, the good news is you've won the championship by a whole 4 points. So, how are you feeling about that? At least, does that put a smile on your face?
Well, I mean, I've won it for now, depending on the incidents. So, I mean, I'm not going to celebrate it yet.
Okay, fair enough. Do you think there's a potential penalty coming your way, or which exactly instance are you referring to?
I mean, the lap 2 one with Andrew, I feel like may have been my fault. The one later on, I would argue, I can't disappear at the apex. I felt like he took the apex. I don't know. I haven't watched it back, but like, I'm there. I've already committed to my breakpoint while we were alongside, and I can't back out. And I tried to keep it tight, and that's all I can do. So I don't know after that point.
Fair enough. We'll have to see whether that changes at all with the penalties. But for the time being, at least, it's been a solid championship for you. You've been in the running for the last few races, at least for the top spot, and at least for now, it seems to have gone your way. So we'll see how things shake up. But
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on Yas Marina then? Fan or hate it?
Controversial take, but the more I drove it, the more I liked it.
Ah, okay.
I actually quite enjoyed it. I don't know where my days went, but I did enjoy it.
Well, there we go. It's a Marmite track, it seems then.
I don't think so. I think I'm just a quirky individual in that respect.
I see. Well, Formula 3s are coming up next, Pixel. Are you signed up for that?
I haven't signed up yet. I need a teammate because Akashik has decided to leave me for some reason, which I'm very upset about. But
Well, you know,
wants a teammate.
not coming back to room 107 now, is he?
Devastating.
Devastating. You'll have to team up
He
with
went to room
someone else then.
108. Yeah, we'll find someone.
Well,
Someone
hopefully.
better.
Well, someone with more reliable hardware at least, potentially.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Well, actually, talking about that, team standings, Amrath added together with your other points, I think you have won from the team point of view, so I think you're solid on that front.
Yeah, should be.
So you can't throw Akshik too far under the bus.
No. No, he's been a good teammate.
I see he's reinserted himself into the conversation here.
Yeah, I was just waiting to ask if Pixel wants to apologize for anything he just said.
Oh, actually, to move back to the audience. What a shame.
You broke my heart and left me, actually. It's all over. I don't like you anymore.
I'm crying. Like, this day has been horrible. And
Yeah, well, I did first, so swallow your feelings, mate.
No, I'm not gonna swallow anything else, that's for sure.
My god. Okay, well that's it. Your interview's cancelled. Moving swiftly on.
Thank you for being a great teammate.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Oh, it is, Pixel. Thank you for your attendance in the league. It's been a pleasure having you here as always, and congrats again on the provisional win. I will move you back to the audience and look forward to seeing you at the next race.
Yep, sounds good.
Winding.
Oh boy. Hello there.
Hello. You're a little bit quiet. I can turn you up to 200%, but my eardrums in the past binding have told me
Hello
that's
there.
dangerous.
Hi. Is that better? Because I've moved my microphone physically towards me.
Yeah, that'll do. I'll turn you up to
Brilliant.
4. How was your race today, Binding?
Initially, a complete fucking ass, and then it slowly became better and better until I got stuck behind Neo and Forrest for like the entirety of my second stint until I could get past them.
Yeah, I saw that. The Great Wall of Neo was giving you some challenges.
You have no idea how much I was shouting in the fucking chat. I was getting genuinely upset by the fact that I could not pass this absolute unit. This fucking Giga Chad 500 billion IQ wall of defense that was Neo.
The Great Wall of Neo has done his job well. Well, I mean, the good news is, Binding, that you've A, finished on the podium, and B, you have not lost your HDMI cable connection midway through the race.
That's because I got a DP cable now. I got a new cable, and it seems to be working for the moment. Guess we'll see during the 4-hour race how it continues to work.
Well, hopefully it's a superior cable standard, so you'll be in good hands. But looking at your finish at the championship overall, P7, 136 points, just well, sore topic Binding, but just behind Neo.
He's blocked me in the race as he blocks me in the championship. I see how it is.
Indeed, but you have finished P2 in your team standings, which is a solid finish for you and Andrew again. Will you be joining up for the Formula 3 League together?
He's asking Viles to make an AI image of him sacking me. So,
oh.
But yeah, no, we will be. It is going to happen. No matter how much Andrew tries to run away, I will catch him.
I can't imagine anything more painful than being A5'd, but being fired through the visual medium of AI slop.
Quickly, scalp that man's information so we can make an AI image of him being fired.
Exactly, exactly.
One of fun facts. In last year, someone made an AI video of Zelensky punching me in the face.
Punching you in the face?
Specifically me in the face. He got a picture of me. And then made a whole fucking video about Zelensky punching me in the goddamn face.
I see.
I'm still not sure how to feel about that.
Well, I mean, emotional damage probably off the scale, but bringing
right.
it back to the racing, Binding. So you're maybe not going to be teaming up with Andrew for the Formula 3 League, or is that it's still happening?
We are.
Will you be putting a pipe bomb in his mailbox as well if he doesn't?
He already put thermite underneath my chair, so.
Thermite. That's quite yeah. How thoughtful.
Indeed.
Well, congratulations, Binding. It's nice to grab an interview with you at the end of this league with a solid P3 finish here at Yas Marina. Tell me your thoughts on Yas Marina. Fan or foe?
Okay, I like it. It's an alright track. Sometimes I know I may have said in the voice chat audience that I fucking hate it, but that was in the heat of the moment. It no longer applies, audience. Specifically Andrew. Trying to fucking start rumours about me. No, it's an okay track. I don't have any strong feelings one way or the other towards it. It's alright. There was a lot of understeer, and the cars were incredibly slippery. I was sweating like a fucking hog, like 10 minutes into the race. So that was less fun, but...
Like a wild hog, one could say.
How dare you?
Yeah, your new teammate's going to have to include the word sweaty now, you realise that?
Andrew does want to change the team name. He is bored of Wild Hog, so I guess Sweaty could be a part of the team name.
What are you? Oh, well, thanks for the sub, by the way, Neo. What are you planning on changing the team name to, Binding?
No idea. I am terrible with names. No, car lover. We will not name it Sweaty Hogs.
Sweaty Hogs.
Dear Lord. God. I have no fucking. I feel like I should have been doing overcuts way sooner in the league because that went well. That went really well.
Oh, as in your pit stop strategy?
Yeah.
As in you had won this race?
Yes, I had a pit stop strategy this time, I know.
How very bold of you, Binding.
I know, I didn't get disqualified this time. It's amazing.
Yes, that's true. So it's based on when you enter the pit lane, not the pit box, right?
Apparently so, yeah.
Well, you've learnt it the hard way. Just like that you can't finish a race without fuel.
Indeed. Oh god, what is Viles posted in the... What is happening in the interviews chat? Pirate, don't look. You will probably get permabanned from Twitch.
Oh, he's posted a picture of you getting fired, hasn't he? Why do you look like the picture that Horace McCormack that was produced by Viles in a previous picture?
I wish that's what I looked like. Are you kidding me? Andrew putting in, why am I sacking pit stop?
It's true, it's true.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh dear. Okay, well, Binding, thank you very much for your attendance in the league. It's always a pleasure having you here, and great finish to the league for you. You got a podium and an interview at long last.
Yippee!
So I'll leave you to it, Binding, and I'll bring in Andrew. He's probably been waiting to discuss AI slop with me for some time now.
Oh, God. I will be here for the F3 League, and it will be a mess.
Fantastic, Binding. Well, I look forward to it, and
How the hell do I leave this?
I will make you leave. There you go. Move to audience. Goodbye,
Thank
Binding.
you.
Alright, let's bring in Andrew. Then you're Andrew. Welcome. So you fired Binding, and he's also turned out to be a doppelganger of Pixel.
Yeah, I mean, I just discovered that we've lost the team championship because he rage quit 2 races, and quite frankly, that's not good enough. I expect better at Wild Hogs Racing.
Well, I mean, sweaty Wild Hogs Racing, you mean?
Yeah, we're going to have to rebrand considering we're getting a new driver in.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, actually, now that Binding's fallen from grace? Who are you going to be looking to replace him with? I hear Akshik's looking for a new teammate.
God, no.
Actually, no, sorry, Forrest is looking for a new teammate. Akshik has also abandoned Forrest. Not only is Forrest being fired, but people who look like Forrest are also being fired as well.
I mean, I want to give the other teams a chance. If I teamed up with Pixel, I mean, we'd win by about 600 points, so I'm not going to do that to them.
You never know. You could let him down massively, Andrew.
I could. What happened to Binding at Silverstone?
It's a good question. What happened at Silverstone full stop? It's such a forgettable
not much.
race.
Not much. Oh, the HDMI cable. Yeah, and then you rage quit the race, Binding. You could have put the cable back in.
No, he just buys a new one every time. Never reuse it.
Did Viles put me as a balding man in the AI prompt?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Holding a tank. So, Andrew, you have finished.
Yeah. No. He's still in the team. That's fair enough. He got DQ'd.
You finished P2 in the championship overall. You're 4 points behind Forrest McCormack, and I mean, how's the championship been for you overall? You've definitely been at the right end of the grid, but it seems like the LMP2s didn't quite click as much as some of the previous leagues have.
No, at the start of the season, I was going through a phase of like choking every race. I span out of P1 at Fuji. I got massacred at Sebring. I made a dog shit setup at Daytona. And then I sorted myself out for the second half of the season.
There you go. Are you feeling more confident about the Formula 3s?
Yeah, it's actually a good mod.
No,
And I will say I did recommend this LMP2 mod, so yes, I am calling it shit, but I also am the one who provided it, so make of that what you will.
You'll all blame Andrew for that one. Well, I mean, the F3 mod at least is solid. I think the last F3 mod we managed to find some cheeky tyre glitches, but no such ones exist for the current mod that's been selected. Is that correct?
Not if you talk to Pixel. He's got some choice words about RSS setups.
I see. So, disagreements.
Viles is saying definitely not. I don't know, apparently you can do some funny stuff with RSS cards. Actually, I know you can do some funny stuff with RSS cards, but hopefully not as funny as running at like 50 PSI tyres to get top speed, and it actually working around Mugello. That was the peak of stupidity.
Yeah, that was the race where you guys were flying and everyone's going like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? But, I guess it's a double-edged sword of AC mods. A, it gives you flexibility and free content, but B, they may not be perfect.
Look, RSS used to charge money for this, so I fucking hope it's good. I have driven it, and I did like it, so... And it did used to be on LFM, so it's looking good.
All the right signs are there. We'll have to see how that goes, but I want to say thank you, Andrew, for your attendance throughout the league. I think you've attended every round, which is exactly what we're looking for from drivers. So thank you for your dedication. And
yeah, it's because I'm a sado, mate.
Well, Was this the league where you started it in a wing-back chair as well?
No, that's been gone for a while. I snapped the leg off that.
I'm sure you did.
It's not very suited for sim racing, it turns out. Armchairs, who would have thought?
Yeah, probably gets in the way of your arms.
No, I'm quite used to having like the T-Rex pose.
With your tiny little Norfolk arms.
Yeah, my deformed, horribly deformed, malformed body.
Well, there
it's
you
my
go.
feet that are malformed, not my hands. My hands are fine.
I see. Okay. The six fingers is normal, but something else has gone wrong with your feet.
Yeah.
Miles, if you're listening here, this is all rich prompt content for ChatGPT.
I don't know. I'm not sure a guy from Birmingham is smart enough to put a prompt in like that.
Ooh, strong words. Strong words. Well,
read Twitch chat. Read Twitch chat.
Read Twitch chat. Sorry, I'm looking at the championship. There's no room 107 anymore. Look for a raid target. Yeah, go ahead, Carl. We can raid.
Yeah, can we talk about what a betrayal from Akashik, like ditching his teammate. That's actually quite shocking, and I'm disappointed.
It is, just because you found out someone's got a certain colour hair, that's no reason to.
Yeah, I always knew Akashik was a bigot, and I mean, this just confirmed it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but what can you do?
And I mean, Pixel, you gotta get over it, man. You are ginger, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Learn to love yourself, Pixel.
Trust me, I'm one myself.
Very good. Well, let's end it there on that high note, and we'll look forward to the next championship after our 4-hour endurance race at Mexico. So I think next weekend we've got our GT3 at Nürburgring, which pretty much 90% of the server has been asking for, so I'm expecting a good turnout for that.
No, only the people who join, and their first message is, do you drive GT3 at Nordschleife?
Well, now's their chance.
Hey, Binding looks like Charles Leclerc in that picture, sort of.
He does actually, yeah. Saxy racing driver, any help? Very good. All right, well, yeah, thank you, Andrew, as always, and great to have you here competing as you do. I'm looking forward to you being in the Formula 3 League. I'm going to wrap up the stream, and then possibly we can play some tanks.
Yeah, maybe. Got to stay for the F1, so I've done some tanking.
Going to get some tanking in. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I wish you all a good evening. Thank you for all those who helped organise this league, and those who participated or watched in chat here with me, and it's always a pleasure to have you here, and I'll catch you all again next time.